Hi guys, it's Sherry. I hope that you're having a fantastic day. Y'all, let's do some fun Christmas in July crafting. Stay tuned. Welcome everyone to my channel. I am so glad that you can be here with me today, and thank you so much for choosing to spend a portion of your day with me. I really do appreciate it. So today we're going to kick off some Christmas in July crafting. Now, not all of the crafting in July I'll do will be for Christmas, but today it is all about Christmas in July. And so anyone who's been with me through a Christmas season will know that I love the Christmas colors of red and white and green and white. I love working with those because I think they really pop. And so today that's what we're going to be doing. So here is today's project. I'll give you a closer look in just a few minutes. But you know what time it is? It's time to make it. All right, y'all, so here is what we're going to be making. Christmas and the holiday season is all about making lists, checking those lists twice, just to make sure that we're not forgetting anything or anyone. So I made this adorable 4 by 8 1/4 inch notepad, and it's great for making those Christmas lists. So I think that something like this would be great at a craft fair because we want to catch the eye. And the colors of this certainly will catch the eye across the room. And when you open it, here's what we have on the inside. I have a little sticker that says Santa Claus. I have a pocket, and in that pocket I have tucked just a couple of Christmas cut-aparts. Then on this side I have this beautiful Mickey and Minnie notepad, and because of the colors, it definitely works for Christmas. And I have my sister to thank for these notepads. She gave me a whole bunch of unique notepads recently, so I'm able to just take these and use them in this project. And this particular notepad is a 3 3/4 by 8 inch notepad. So that's the size pad that we'll be working with on this project. And then what I did to dress it just a little more, I added my metal snaps to the back, just to sort of make that spine have more of an upscale look. And on the front, I created a tassel made of twine, and I'll show you that process. And this is a great little item for anyone. And because we can easily swap out the paper, it truly is in any season, any reason, any gender paper craft. So here's what we're going to be using on today's project. I have another notepad that measures 3 3/4 by 8. And again, it's Mickey and Minnie, so it's going to work wonderfully for this project. Then I'm going to be using some cut-aparts, and on this project I have 3, and they're just Christmas themed cut-aparts, and they measure 3 by 4. Then I have my pocket that measures 3 7/8 by 4. Then I have 2 matte pieces for the cover. I have a piece that measures 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, and a piece that measures 3 1/2 by 4 1/2. And then I have my inside liner piece, and it measures 8 by 8 5/8. And I have a piece of 10 by 11 decorative cardstock. Then I have my chipboard. I have 2 pieces that are cut at 4 by 8 1/4. And I have 1 piece that is cut at 1/2 inch by 8 1/4. And on these I have already added my double stick tape to the back. And so we're going to do some beautiful easy peasy crafting. Now I have a separate liner that I'm going to put down on mine. But if you don't want to deal with placing your liner after the fact, go ahead and create your own custom double-sided paper. And I will have that video linked below showing you exactly how I did it. So I am going to peel away the tape backers from all of my chipboard pieces. So I'm going to take one of my chipboard pieces that measure 4 by 8 1/4. Place it down. Then I'll take my spine that measures 1/2 inch by 8 1/4, and I'm going to place it down, giving myself about 1/8 of an inch in spacing. Then I'll take that second piece of 4 by 8 1/4, and I'm going to place it down, again giving myself about 1/8 of an inch in spacing. And then I'll flip this over, and I'm just going to go over this with my big old spatula. And I'll bring in my stylus, and I'm just going to go along the chipboard and just press down into the paper. So basically what I'm doing is I'm taking the head of my stylus, doesn't matter which end you use, and I'm pressing it against the chipboard, and I'm just going to drive it around the chipboard to create a score. That makes it easier to fold over, and it also helps to break up the fibers of the paper, which might help to minimize any cracking that you might experience with your papers. Now, it's not going to eliminate the cracking, but it might help to lessen it. So I'm also going along the inside here as well. And so now I can just stand this up and get this used to being folded. So I'm going to take my finger blade and we are going to miter our ends. And basically what I'm doing is I'm coming in at an angle, making sure that I leave some white space in between the tip of this chipboard and the edge. And that's just going to make it easier for me to fold over. And then I'm just going to go ahead and trim away a little bit of this because I don't need all of that border. Trim away a little bit of this as well. And so now I'll bring in my tape and I'm going to go along the 4 edges and place my tape. And then once I have my tape down, I'm going to go ahead and just fill in with my tape because we're going to have to do that anyway. So I might as well go ahead and do it while I have the tape out. And again, I'll use my big old spatula to get that tape nice and stuck. And then I'm going to peel away the 4 pieces from the edges. So I'll peel away that backer sheet from my edge pieces. Now I can stand this up and go ahead and fold that over. Then I'm going to take my tape runner and just add some tape to these edges here. And the reason why I'm doing that is because when I folded these over, I covered up some of the tape. So I want to make sure that I have edge-to-edge coverage, and that's why I added just a little bit of tape to the edges of my decorative paper. So now that we have our paper down, I can just go along my edges, and I'm just going to make sure that I have everything nice and professional looking. I am going to go ahead and take my tape and I'm going to place tape along the edges of my liner. I could place glue, that wouldn't be a problem at all, but I happen to have my tape rolls out right now, so I might as well just go ahead and use tape. So I'm just going to place my tape down on the 4 outer edges because I have plenty of tape covering the inside, so we're good on that. Again, I'll use my big old spatula to make sure that I have that tape nice and stuck. Then I'm going to peel away the backer sheet from all 4 sides. And where I have placed this tape, you can actually use glue. And then I'll bring in my jacket and I am going to peel away the tape backer, and we will get our inside liner piece nice and stuck. So I am going to take that inside liner and place it down. Might help if you stand. That way you can get a good visual that you're getting close to centered and even. And then I can use my big old spatula to go around and get that paper stuck to the chipboard. Then I will use the edges of my big old spatula to go in and define my spines. And if I have any paper crinkling, I can just use that spatula to get that nice and smooth. And there we have a most beautiful jacket. So all I'm going to do is just take this and go end to end on that spine. And that really is just helping to loosen the spine a little bit so that it'll want to close. So now when I open it, this is what we have. Before I put the notepad in, I am going to bring in my paper piercer and I'm going to pierce 3 holes, and these holes are purely decorative. And I am eyeballing. This part serves no useful purpose except being cute. Oh, I guess that is a useful purpose then. So I am going to punch that hole. Then I'm going to bring in my metal snaps. And you guys know that I use these a lot. It has the metal prong on it, so I can just take it, put it through the hole, and I'll go ahead and do all 3 at the same time. And you can already see just how chic that is going to be. And then I'll flip it over, and I have these little snap heads that sort of resemble mushrooms, and when you put them on, they give you a nice little snap. Then I'll bring in my little Making Memories hammer. I've had this hammer, I know, for at least 20 years. And it looks like it, but it still gets the job done. And I'm going to take it and just pound on top. Get this one straight before I pound it. And now I have a decorative spine on my project. So now I can take my pad, and this pad is one of those magnetic pads, so I'm just going to peel away that magnet. Save your magnet because you can use it on other projects, but I don't want it on this one, so I'll just peel it away and I'll save that magnet for sure. Then I'm going to take my glue and I'm just going to place some glue on this backer to get it stuck. This is a Christmas notepad. I am going to make it a one and done. So then I'm going to take this, and when I put it down, I'm putting it down so that I bring the top close to the top. I want to get it centered and I want to have it close to the spine. So when I have my placement the way that I want it, I'll just lift and go to that backer sheet and get everything nice and stuck. And isn't that gorgeous without me doing anything else to it? Isn't that stinking cute? So I'm going to bring in my pocket, and the pocket measures 3 7/8 by 4. And on the 4-inch side, I am going to score this at 1/2 inch. And then I'll fold that over, and that's just giving me a contrasting topper on this piece. Since I have my glue out, I'm going to go ahead and use glue. You can tape it, you can use your tape runner. And then I'm going to take this piece, and on mine, I'm only going to run glue on one edge and the bottom. So on 2 sides of this, I'll be running my glue and just a thin bead of glue. Then I'll bring my book in, and I'm going to take this piece and just place it down, and I'll use my big old spatula to make sure we have that pocket nice and stuck. And so then I'm going to use my Dear Santa stickers, and these stickers are from Carta Bella. And I am just going to use a couple of my stickers just to decorate. So I think what I want to do is I want to take this Santa and I'm going to put him right there. Then I'm just going to take this one that says Merry and Bright, and I'm going to place that right here at the top, not doing a whole lot. And so now that we have the inside done, you can see how festive this pad is. And this will be a great note-taking book or list-making book for the holiday season. And I'm just going to tuck in 2 cut-aparts in that pocket, and we're going to call it a wrap on the inside of this. Now we want to come to the outside and do some very light decorating. So what I'm going to do is I have my 3x4 cut apart. I have a piece of scrap that measures 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. Then I have a piece of white mat that measures 3 1/2 by 4 1/2. So I am just going to layer these. So I'll use my tape runner, place down some tape, and then I'm going to place this piece, and then I'll place my 3x4 on top of the 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 inch mat. Then I'll add some more tape. Probably going to need to get another tape runner in just a few because I am almost at the end of this one. Yep, I've got just a little bit left. And then I'll take that 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 inch mat, and I'm going to place it down on the 3 1/2 by 4 1/2 inch mat. And now we have this that is going to go on there, and y'all, I love it. I think it is gorgeous. So I am going to take my glue, and I'm just going to place glue on this because I want to make sure that even if this gets bumped, it will not come undone. So I used my Reptile adhesive, and the thing that I like about that Reptile is on paper to paper, even extreme heat I've found doesn't break it down once I have it stuck. So there we have our beautiful Christmas list notebook. We are going to make a very quick tassel and then we'll be done. So what I have here is some baker's twine, and I am just going to pull off a little bit of that twine. How much you pull off is completely up to you. And this is also the same way that I make the twine bows. So we're just going to take this, wrap it around 4 fingers. You can wrap it as tight or as loose as you want, and just keep wrapping until you're almost out of your twine, and then remove it from your fingers. And then we're going to take that piece that was left and just start wrapping it around about, that's about 3/8 of an inch from the top. And then once you've wrapped it around, I am just going to add a little bit of hot glue here, and that's how we'll close it. So I have my hot glue on. Don't know if you can see it right there, but I'll just take the end of that piece and get it stuck in the hot glue. And you're going to have something that looks like this. So now all we have to do is take our scissors, and I'm just going to give it a trim. And now we have a stinking cute little tassel for this book. And I'm just going to put it down right there by adding just a little bit of hot glue to the top. So I have my hot glue on right there. I'm just going to take this and put it down. And you can even unravel your twine if you want more of that frazzled and frayed look. And so there we have it. We have another completed 8 1/4 by 4-inch notepad. And when you open it, we have this beautiful pocket on the inside where you can add all types of goodies. And then we have our wonderful Mickey and Minnie notepads. So if you're looking for these notepads, go ahead and do a search online for Mickey and Minnie notepads, and you should be able to find some that might fit the size needs that you're looking for. So I am going to bring that first one in so that you can see just how gorgeous these are and how presentable they are on any craft fair table or as a gift. So I hope that you guys have liked this project. If you have, please hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join this amazing online crafting family. You guys, as always, please be safe, be kind, happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.